Hey everyone, it's Summer here with AstariaSen, and we are doing another weekly creative reading with the Chrysalis Tarot deck. But before we get into that, last week we had two cards. We had the Green Man and what was it? I could think like the Seven of Mirrors or something like that. And it was all about like nature-based energy and completing your tasks and focus, because the Green Man was actually the Emperor. So your confidence, your focus, your structure, adding it into your weekly routine, I guess. And so I wanted to show you guys what I made. I was hoping to make a Green Man. That didn't work out for me. So if anybody else did, please let me know in the comments, and I totally want to see it. But I did make a goddess, and this goddess is really, really special because she is going to be a giveaway, which is going to happen next week sometime. Well, this week sometime. I'll do a post about it or a video about it here this coming week. But I finished her, and she's like an Ostara spring kind of goddess. And I handmade her. And that's what I did all week, was I made goddesses, because I had another gift I had to give somebody, and I had a store in town that wanted some goddesses, and then I'm taking some goddesses with me to the Holistic Fair in March, and then I'm doing goddesses for another sale. So it's just it was a goddess week. So really the Green Man, has that divine nature kind of energy. So I feel I was still within the realm of it. And there's green on it, right? So I think it counts. But so let me know what you guys did last week. I'd really love to know. And we were going to get on with this week. So every Sunday I pull two cards from, well, right now it's the Chrysalis deck. And the one card already came out for us. But I pulled two cards for our creative energy for the week. And we talk about how you can apply that to your creative art, whether your creative art is crocheting, writing, altars, cooking, soaps, oils, witchcraft, whatever your creative hobbies are, whatever is part of your creativity in any way, shape, or form. Poetry, gardening, landscaping, whatever it is, it can work for you. You can help it work for you. And I'm going to show you how with these cards. I've really enjoyed this deck so far, the Chrysalis Tarot. So I'm looking forward to this week's. And I hope, I always hope that a fairy card will come up. I don't know really what that'll mean for me. Maybe one day I'll end up making fairies or something like that for the week. But anyway, so let's see if we can get one more card out here for us. And maybe if they want to talk to me. Come on, one more card, guys. I may have to just spread them out. That will make it a lot quicker, won't it? So I'll spread them out. And let's see. Creative energy for the week. All right, there's our second card. Awesome. All right, so our first card that jumped out at me while we were going is called the Poet, and it is the King of Scrolls, and scrolls are the swords. It's the sword energy. So your thoughts, your state of mind, that kind of stuff. So air energy in there. And look at the coloring on this card. So pretty. Oh yeah. There's a bunny down here. There's lots of writing and books, like even in the corners up in here. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then the second card, because I pulled two cards, is Nine of Spirals. And spirals are wands. So we got our wand energy coming back. And look at all of those spirals, though. Wow. And you got some writing right here. So both cards have some writing in it. That's interesting. So maybe there's somebody out here watching right now that needs to get some writing done. So if you are working on a novel, I think it's now that you need to start doing that. If you're working on poetry, you need to get some of that stuff done, or maybe down on paper, or maybe you're just doing journaling, tarot journaling, or grimoire journaling, or mystic journaling, whatever it is. Maybe that needs to be getting written down. So this is a beautiful card. You see the birds and stuff like that. And of course, there's this face, like very similar to the Green Man that we had last week. All right, so let's talk about these. So wands are going to be your spirit, your motion, your action, your fire type energy, and swords are your air energy. So fire and air can take part in your creativity this week. Let's talk about the poet, the King of Scrolls. Writing is definitely a thing this week for sure. Let's see, we got bunnies, we got blue, we got purple, we got some golds. Look at the pattern that's going on in what he's wearing. And the hair, look at that long flowy hair. Oh yeah, definitely books involved. We have some leaves back here. Oh yeah, I really like it. I like the orange coloring. This pink purple, like almost, it's not quite magenta, but it's not quite purple either, is really pretty. Like there's some darker purples down here and greens. Like the coloring in this card is really beautiful and would look really pretty together in like a crochet pattern maybe. Oh yeah, I think that would be brilliant. And you know, there's male energy in this. So maybe you want to draw a guy, or maybe you have a guy in your writing who's a poet, you know, a story who's writing down a great poem or something like that. Or maybe he's a bard in medieval literature. I don't really know, but something like that, you know. And then the second one, the Nine of Spirals. What's funny is that swords are air, and this is like showing like a wind energy going on for sure between the two cards, because swords are your air. So I think that whatever you do this week is probably going to flow real quickly for you. It'll go by fast. Anyway, so let's take a look. We have, that almost looks like maybe a watch or a compass up here. And then you have the birds that are flying, the writing. You have the spirals. Look at the spirals, like old-fashioned kinds of spirals. Eyes, nose, just a general face. And then the wind patterns. So those wind patterns, I mean, if you're sculpting, you can create these patterns in your pottery, in your clay art, whatever you're doing. And the face even. Yeah, if you're doing a collage, this could be between the two of them. Could you imagine doing any kind of collaging that includes both of these? But look at the color differences too. You have a lot of golds and browns and yellows versus these really vibrant colors. So it seems like you can go either direction if you really want to. And as far as writing goes with this one right here, could you imagine these birds being some kind of omen or some kind of prophecy? Could you imagine if the wind really came to life and created its own face and really like blew itself out there, you know? Or maybe it's blowing in a message. There are so many options to go with these cards. And then, you know, nines are fulfillment, luck, fate, achieving goals. So that would totally go with like a hero's journey type thing. And then you have the king, and the king is focus and management, a lot of masculine energy. So no matter what you're doing, I think male energy is involved this week, and I think it's going to flow really fast for you, really easy for you if you just get started. And you can go bold, or you can keep it in like muted antiques, whether you're crocheting, whether you're sculpting, whether you're painting or drawing. All of these can take a really big part in what you're creating this week. And I'd love to know what you're creating this week. Are you doing a cake? I want to see a cake with all these spirals on it. That would be beautiful. If you're doing a garden or planning a garden, maybe some coloring for flowers need to go in your garden. Some of this magenta and purple, okay? And if you're writing needs to happen. Writing is in both of these cards. So anybody out there who is supposed to be writing this week, hop to it. Your energy is there for it. It is there. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again next Sunday, and I hope you guys have a very wonderfully creative week.